At Convo, this is all about Convo, and Convo is all about encouraging conversations that matter. And one of the things that we really focus on is encouraging people to focus on the things that matter to them, focusing on things that serve them. And for us is about bringing some little bit of enthusiasm into what you're doing, bringing some positive energy in what you're doing, telling you, man, you're gonna take seriously about those things that matter to you. That idea that you have, that you believe this is what I should be doing. I want to be the person telling you, man, listen to that voice. Go and do it. Don't wait for so long. And I just want to share some of my own life experiences today, and about even some, that's guiding me or even do what I'm currently doing. And it's realization that time, runs so fast, and sometimes you can't reclaim time that has gone. It's once a day is gone, it's gone. For example, today it's a Saturday, first week of October. It's gone. Today is the date, I think date 8. Yes, today's date 9 of October 2021. Once it's done, it's done. Never see that day again. And so it means then if you get an opportunity to do something, you got to do it immediately. You just need to plan yourself, focus, get to know what you need to know, get the people that you need, to execute that. If there's no people, move ahead and execute that plan yourself, and you pull people towards what you're doing. So that's our message at Convo. It's all about encouraging conversations that matter, and I'm so excited coming to you today with another episode of Convo, encouraging conversation that matter. A kind request, if you're watching us from Instagram, can you consider not follow and comment. Those hearts, they matter a lot to us. And as well, if you're watching from YouTube, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Convo, encouraging conversations that matter. So like I said, I want to basically talk about some 3 things that I hold dear to, and actually things that led me to write this book. It's called 90 Days of Courage. It's a book that I wrote I published earlier this year around April, and I'm so happy because so many people are giving me a positive feedback about how the book is helping them transform their life, how the book is encouraging them to take steps into the things that matter to them, and making them more brave, because this book is not about bravery. It's not about gathering courage to do the things that matter to you. So it's 90 Days of Courage. If you need a copy, kindly drop me a message. I'll find a way of how the book will gonna get to you. And 90 Days of Courage, thought-provoking principles to living a brave, deliberate, and consistent life. And those are some of the 3 things that I want to share with you. 1, being brave. 2, being consistent. And number 3, being deliberate. I started sorry. I started writing way back in 2011, if I can remember, and something that I've shared on this book. But along the way, I somehow got engaged in some other things, and so I was not consistent. I didn't manage to follow through, my writing, passion. I like writing. For me, I consider it a passion. I like penning things down. And so I quit. I remember I opened my blogs, doing work. I think the excitement of, getting followers and all that stuff is what, I don't know that's what really motivated me, or it's being busy with some other things. But I remember I stopped writing, and until 2019, late 2018 towards 2019. I think that's when I became a little bit more sober. And I think I think it's a quote I read somewhere. I can't remember who wrote this. Something I wrote that if there's something that you're starting, if you're hitting 30 and there's something that you're starting, be so careful, because if you miss it out on that period between 30 and 40, it will be so hard for you to initiate something else on your 40s. And that kind of, kind of awakened me to realize, man, anything that I need to set my foot on, anything that I need to focus on, I need to be very deliberate. And I have to ask myself, whatever I'm initiating, whatever I'm starting now, whatever I'm doing, will I be doing the same thing 10 years down the line, or things will have changed? You get? So I got a little bit more serious and more deliberate about the things that I want to pursue. And because lighting is part of what I wanted to pursue, I committed myself to, it was a way of testing how consistent I can become. I started lighting a blog every single day. That is now 2020. Remember, these thoughts are coming in 2019. The reason why I have not been able to break even, the reason why I have not been able to reach more people, the reason why I have not been able to be of great impact, the reason why I'm still struggling maybe with writing and all those things is because I'm not deliberate. I'm not consistent, and I'm still not courageous. I'm still wallowing myself in like a cocoon. And so I said, those things that I need to change. I need to focus. I need to, be deliberate. I need to be bold. And so I started lighting. I said to myself, man, to test my consistency about the things, if I say I can light, hey man, I need to see how much I can. So I started lighting blogs. I was blogging every single day, and I committed myself to blog 365 days. And I must say I did 99.8 thereof. I was almost hitting 100%, and I can explain maybe why. I made some few days that I didn't light for some reasons, but I tried my level best to be able to finish, because I said to myself, if I say I'm gonna do something, I should do it, and I should get, and I should get going. I shouldn't wait for that perfect day to start doing these things. So I started off at the night. Some music. It's gone. So I told myself to be a little bit more deliberate and to pursue those things that matter to me. So I started lighting. I wanted to test how consistent I can become. I want to test if actually I can light. In success, I managed to write quite a number of good articles. You can visit them on jameswetu.wordpress.com. You get amazing content there, encouraging content, on personal development, but I focus so much on being courageous, being willing to pay the price, being willing to get out there, being willing to jump into the arena, shutting down the fear, and going there and showing the world your magic. And actually that consistency is what bled this book. It's what made me be able to accomplish writing this book. And I was asking myself, if I didn't commit to this long-term goal of writing, I wouldn't have been able to publish a book. And you know what? This book is rich. And I've shared quite a number of my stories here, not so much, but it's my own full experiences about the missed opportunities, the things that I wanted to do that never, happened. I've shared that I wanted to be a medical doctor. I don't know how that could have turned, and so many things. I've shared my personal story. That would not have happened if I was not more deliberate, and I'm more, more brave, and more, consistent. So those are some of the things that I've realized that you need in your life. So I started a podcast recently, and this week Monday I will be sharing on deliberate living, or living deliberately, or being intentional about your life. And I shared quite a number of things, and I'll share the link with you so that you can listen on maybe probably on Monday. It's scheduled to play on Monday morning because it's called Monday Boost, and it's playing every single Monday on Spotify or TuneIn. You can also listen to Amazon Music. I'm also working so that it can be available on Apple Podcast. But I'm hosting it on Buzzsprout, and you can listen to it. And man, you'll be enriched. You'll be, the content there is so rich. And one of the things that I realized about intentional living is that, if you need results in your life, you have to be intentional. The reason why I'm saying you have to be intentional is because we are living in a technological era. There's so much tasks that need to be done. There's so much activity that require our attention. There's an email that is coming, there's a message on WhatsApp, there's a pop-up on Facebook, the boss is calling me, there's some unfinished assignment, my family also wants my time, but a lot of things that are happening, a lot of things. And if you're not intentional, I'm telling you, you're going to lose it. You're going to miss out on the most important things. And so you have to be very intentional, very deliberate. And so there's some of the things that you need to employ to be able to live an intentional life, some of the things that you need to do to be able to live a deliberate, kind of life. And I'll share with you maybe 2 or 3 tips, of maybe 4 if I manage. Previously, on the last 2 episodes of Manifesto, that's my podcast, I've shared something to do with the rituals. And I'm using the word ritual, and I'm keep reminding people. I'm using it very sparingly because sometimes when we hear rituals, sometimes we tend to have different kind of reactions about rituals. But I want to think about rituals as something routines that you employ, or something that you need to pursue or need to move on to give you a certain kind of results after some time. And so being able to, there's some things you could employ on a single, every single day, every single moment, you on your day-to-day life, to be able to guarantee some a specific goal. And in this case, this is a goal that you you need for yourself. It's a goal that you desire for yourself, because anything that you do repeatedly will manifest. And if you eat too much and you're not exercising, basically you become obese. And any kind of thing that you do consistent will yield you some results. And in this case, that you need to figure out that those things that you're doing, what is it that are going to bring into my life, And so developing rituals, or what I would call routines, is the surest way to help you move closer to the goals that you want. And I said, for those people who are very spiritually alert, it's because they have spent time practicing, spending more time with themselves, with the scriptures, with the word of God, and so they become alert. It's not just from nowhere. For that guy who is, doing marathon, you just don't wake up and go to the, marathon. You practice, you do it consistently, you practice so that you come and, perfect it. And so you need some sort of routines that guarantees you some bit of results. And for example, one of the routines that I have is to be able to write. When I get an inspiration from where I make sure it comes so much automatically. I write down any inspiration that even if it's one statement, or if it's one sentence, or even 3 words, or even 1 word. They have power of opening up quite a lot of things. So one of the things that some of the ideas I want to give you, one, some routines that can have a great impact in your life is being an early riser. Waking up early in the morning, it has a way of setting you on focus. It has a way of anchoring you. It has a way of, pushing you to focus on the things that matter most. So wake up early in the morning. Set your day in the morning. Set your day in the morning. If you need to spend some time in the morning, spend it. Pray, lead, whatever it is, be an analyzer, plan your day ahead, sit down and focus. What do I need to accomplish today? What do I need to do today? What is needed to be done today? Focus. Set set your day. Set your day. That's all I'm meaning. Anything that you plan gets done. So focus your day. You'll be more productive. You'll be more deliberate. Why? Because if there's something that you're not planning in the morning on doing and it pops up, it's so easy for you to eliminate it. My friends keep telling me they now have a to-do list, and I like telling them also, when you create a to-do list, create also a not to-do list, because sometimes when you have things to do, there are also something that comes up that you also need to do. I sometimes find myself spending quite a number of time on YouTube. I completely don't need to spend so much time on YouTube. Yes, there could be some constructive, but I can overdo it. So I have to tell myself, between this time, no YouTube. Between this time, no Facebook. Between this time, no WhatsApp. So that I can focus on those things that matter to me. Number 2, if you can develop a routine of scheduling your time, it will push you to greater heights. And this is related to what I'm saying, to do and not to do list. If you can show me how you spend your time, you don't need to tell me your values. I'll tell you what you value, simply by checking your schedule. Number 3, whenever you're given assignments, don't just deliver on expectations. Make it a habit to over-deliver. Deliver 10 times the expectation. I've seen people who are they don't show initiative. People who are just, you give them assignments, they will do the assignment, but stops there. They're not creative, they'll never even collect if there is a mistake. They'll never give you more ideas about maybe the kind of work you tell them. You tell them move product A to B. They just push it, and they even ever ask you, why are we moving A to B? They'll never show any initiative. You give them an assignment, they just deliver. I like the person who prints for me this book, because he goes the extra mile and tells me, James, there's a problem, we need to collect that problem. Tells me, I noted page so and has an issue, so we need to. It's a person who is showing. So you're expecting something, but this person even over delivers, and that is huge. That is huge. Number 4, I'd love you to think about spending some alone time where you can do what you'd call self-reflection, time where you can do what you'd call introspection. For me, I like spending such in prayer, because when I pray, it anchors me. Prayer anchors me. If I'm finding myself in a crisis or in chaos, and I say a word of prayer, it anchors me. It will help me focus. So spend some time and reflect about your relationship. Reflect about your career. Reflect about the legacy that you want to leave behind. What is it that you want your life to be all about? What is it that you need to be remembered of? How do you want your children to say you are? How do you want that relationship with the children to be like? You cannot be if you're not planning on becoming, right? So you need to be able to calm down, say, me as James, I want to be this kind of a father to my daughter. I also need to be this kind of a husband to my wife. I also want to be. So that helps you. So that even when you're having a problem with decisions or whatever that you're doing, it becomes so easy to make decisions based on your values, based on who you want to become, based on what you've told yourself that you need to become. So those are some of the 4 tips. I would have given you more tips to help you build momentum and be more deliberate and be more objective in what you're doing. I don't want you to jump from one activity to the other. I want you to be able to be more consistent. And I've spoken so much about being courageous and bravely, and because sometimes the reason why you're not starting, the reason why you're still struggling with implementing your idea, the reason why you're still struggling marketing your product or speaking about your product is fear. And fear tells me that you're not brave, you're not courageous, and it's something that you need to learn away from. And I remember our first show on Convo was on fear. We demystified fear. Fear is not something all bad altogether. It's not something that you need to fight. It's doing its work. It's going to shield you from a danger. But sometimes it's all about perceived danger based on your environment or how you've been brought up. There's some things you translate as fear based on where you sit or where you are, not because it's actually something that is harmful to you. And so you need bravery, you need courage to be able to shut down fear. We could go on and speak about quite a number of things, but I want to stop at that point just to remind you that for you to move or make significant progress in your life, you need to be a little bit more deliberate about what you're doing. And number two, you need to be a little bit more brave. You need to be willing to jump into the arena. Arena is that's where the action is. Actually, you don't want to be the spectator. You need to be on the show. That's where the action is, on the arena. Or you can choose to be a spectator. But I pray that you be on the show. Jump. It's not easy. There's a lot of fighting there. It's bloodshed sometimes. There's bruises. It's not easy. But that's where the action is. And that's where we need to be if we have to be of impact. And number three, be consistent. Man, consistency. Consistency. Every master started as an amateur. But through consistent work, they became masters of their art. And that is huge. And I pray that you also employ that. My name is James Wetu, and you're listening to Convo, encouraging conversations that matter. Kindly request, consider letting your friends know about this the show or what you're doing. Let them know about a new show that is up on deliberate living. Tell your friends about a new video that is up. Comment, like, and share to your friends. And again, from until next time, from us, it's a bye-bye. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. If you're watching on Instagram, you can comment, you can show me some thumbs up there, some likes. Till next time. And you know what, you'll be seeing me more on Instagram live now. I have tested and it's working, so I'm gonna do something more on Instagram. So again, bye bye, cheers, bye bye.